Hello everybody, my name is Ola Johannes and we're running a business in China now. It's a Wi-Fi network, but a different level of sophistication what's in the marketplace today. And what we are creating is a network that I will explain a little bit here, and some case studies we've done also in other countries. What we're doing is we are doing a free Wi-Fi hotspot network in China, meaning that when you come on our network, you log in once, register once, and wherever you are, you're automatically connected on our Wi-Fi hotspots. If you're in Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, Tianjin, wherever. Why we do this and why we are different than the other ones in the marketplace is because normally today, like Tim here explained, is that you log in on a social network, on a coffee shop or so on. But they capture only the people inside the coffee shop. And it's for you, that coffee shop, then on their Facebook or Twitter, it's going to be splashed and so on. But it doesn't really create more engagement or more new active or clients coming to that base, because they're not focusing what's going on outside their location, nearby, proximity. That's what we come in. So it's all about consumer behavioral targeting, what we are doing, and much more. So right now we are deploying. We have some high-end clients in China. We're doing now with PetroChina, C-stores that they have in China. We are going to start deploying with China Welfare Lottery, China Sports Lottery. We're going to start deploying we are with some restaurant chains. We are with mall developer, one from Singapore, that has tried beacon strategies and so on in some malls and is not working very well for them. So we're now going to do a test case in Beijing with one of these mall developers that is one of the biggest in Asia, and so on. So what we're actually doing is we are providing the Wi-Fi devices. We are building the network in this ecosystem that we kind of call it. So what's the whole idea here? In China, it's a little bit different stories. We have talked here today about Google, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all these kind of things. China is a little bit different. None of that exists there. So there's a different thing. WeChat user is the main consumer of social media in China today, or QQ. Tencent is the big players. There's three big players, BAT, Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent. The biggest one when it comes to social or utilizing on a daily basis messaging is WeChat, WeChat in China. 600 million active users. So in our network, what we have done there is for international tourists or Chinese consumers is that we have two things. Either WeChat or WeChat login or your phone number internationally. I'm come from Sweden, for example. I just click Sweden, put my phone number, then I can go on any other network, Wi-Fi network in China, or any other consumer from any other countries. So we are now deploying a new way of getting on a network for Wi-Fi, because it's a big hassle, like for everybody here, for example. You come to the hotel, everybody's seeking Wi-Fi. Why? Because everybody consumes a lot of data. The biggest thing everybody says to us when we start thinking about this a couple of years back is, no, 4G is coming, it's not going to work, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, the more 4G consumers, the better for us. Why? Because when you use 4G, you're going to consume more data. More pictures, more videos, more photos, so on and so on. When you go into an environment, in a restaurant, coffee shop today, with a mobile aspect of internet, is a different thing. Today, you take photo of your dishes, you take photos of your friend, and you want to post them immediately. You go to an event, you go to a conference, you're going to take a photo. Oh, I'm so bored, I take a photo, I send out on my WeChat, and so on. So it's a different way of consuming data today than it was before. Wi-Fi is becoming, that I see it as an infrastructure, just like internet. It's a needed thing in any environment you are today. But we're talking about capturing audience and advertising and so on. So what we have done is, in our Wi-Fi, we control the advertisement. How we do this and so on is approximately marketing free Wi-Fi solution. We give out free Wi-Fi, you register once, you come along. We want you to be on our internet. In many of the Asian markets, it's been in the past, you go to Hong Kong, you're never going to get free Wi-Fi more than 30 minutes. ever, in any locations. What's on McDonald's, whatever. Why? Because their thing is, it's too many people, we cannot provide enough things for it. But we want you to be online as long as possible. Why? Because we get your behavior. What you're doing, what categories you're on, that we can then give advertisement that is for you at that moment, at that time. Because today, everybody is transiting. Today I am here, in the afternoon I'm here, in the afternoon tomorrow I'm in another place, I'm doing something else. With this behavior targeting, we can then make sure that local businesses, small businesses can direct and get engagement with customers close by their locations. How do we do this? This is what our system does when it comes to trigger functions when you're in a motion in a shopping mall or you're going somewhere to shop or eat or so on. We also have a very extensive backend and data analyst system that we share with our partners and so on, because the data we provide in our system in one location that belongs to a partner is also our partners. In the system, we can then target, when, for example, I'm a coffee shop we're talking about, or I'm a restaurant, or whatever it is. We can target a specific ad in a specific time, on a specific device, or a browser, and so on. So, for example, I am Samsung, I'm going to launch a new thing. I only want it to be in iPhones, for example, in the shopping mall. Then click, they put up the time schedule, they put it online, it's up and running within seconds. And it will only be shown in iPhones, for example, because they're going to try to recapture some of their lost customers. Example. So, what does this do for small businesses and restaurants and so on? It gives a direct channel to give and try advertisement in real time, real feedback at real time to change something. Because sometimes you do an offering, it works in one location, but it doesn't work in another city or another location. Why? In this system, then you can test drive different marketing strategies, see real time. If it doesn't work, you can change the message. It's a little bit what I'm talking about. Be connected, and wherever you go, you're always going to have a way to approach and reach the customers. Because we have done this in Latin America, we do it in the US, we do it in Europe, we do it in Scandinavia, and now in China. And everywhere is the same kind of basic structure. I walk in a mall in Dominican Republic, everybody's in their mobile phone watching. They're not watching the big screens, they're not watching the LED screens and so on. They're watching what's going on in their mobile device. This is everywhere. You go to a restaurant today, we sit here in the conference, many people are on their devices all the time looking in the view. The thing is, with our Wi-Fi, I can now target you and reach you with our advertisement. That is what gives it a little bit more powerful way of reaching and consumer engagement. This is specifically in China. We're talking about primary data function on your mobile device. This is the reality in July in China. Over 50% is using Wi-Fi as the primary function. They have voice, but the data they're using is Wi-Fi. Meaning that everybody, when you go anywhere, is looking for Wi-Fi. Because you're buying a 4G plan, 3G, 3 gigabytes or 5 gigabytes, after 10, 15 days, you consumed it. Why? Because you watched a video or a friend sent something and consumes a lot of data. So everybody is always looking for Wi-Fi. Our devices is specifically devised to use either indoors or outdoors. But it's also a Bloom Beam device that targets a radius of 300 meters around the area where we put it Wi-Fi. So we put it in the window, for example, in a coffee shop, but we also reach a target of around 300 meters around it. So for example, in a shopping mall, I'll come to a case study, I will show you exactly how powerful that can be. And we are the first one in, I think, in China that actually can live stream and also do video channels and videos, video ad injections, and also streaming in any device that walks in and use our Wi-Fi. And if you don't want to look at it will see it. You just click on it. Whoops, hey, move it down. You click on it, and it becomes a little icon on your phone with a message of the brand image and so on. When you don't want to see it, when you leave our Wi-Fi, it disappears. So here's a couple of things of unique differences that we see our strategy of services, what we can do in our Wi-Fi. Can we go to the case study? I'm going to show you a case study from Dominican Republic. IMC is actually a Brazilian company, or actually they are based in Miami, but they are a fund. They have all the airports, kiosks, restaurants in Brazil, in Colombia, in Puerto Rico, in Dominican Republic, in Miami. They operate coffee shops, they operate kiosks, they operate restaurants, and so on. The biggest player in Latin America. And IKEA that started in the first IKEA store in Latin America, in Santo Domingo. What we did here, what I wanted to explain is, it's not about being a big player, it's about one Wi-Fi device that most people have in their location that we just change, put our Wi-Fi, and now becomes a powerful tool for the location. For example, IMC restaurant, they had opened a little coffee kiosk on the second floor in a new mall they call Agora Mall in Santo Domingo. Second floor. On the first floor is an open space shopping mall. Is Café Santo Domingo. It's the big player that owns 99% of all coffee industry in Dominican Republic. Problem in Dominican Republic, every time you want to have a Wi-Fi, they ask you for a password. You need to ask for a password, they give it you, so very complicated. We put this device on the second floor in the roof in this kiosk. This Wi-Fi spot, one device, covers actually the full second floor, the first floor, the third floor, and half of the food court in that shopping mall. Key here is, of course, to have enough bandwidth for it to work. So we told them, okay, let's try it. They put 2-for-1 cappuccino. This message is broadcasted because when people sitting in the competition's coffee shop downstairs trying to get hold of the waiter, asking for a password to log on, they see, oh, free Wi-Fi. They click, they register once with their Facebook or their phone number, and afterwards, every time they come into the mall, they automatically connected, and they're reaching the messages from this coffee shop, 2-to-1, for example, or in this case. What happened in this specific location is that during that 3 months of that, they normally, when they started, sold for $200 daily, coffee and compliments. After this couple of 3 months, they saw a daily increase and have now an average over $400 of sales. We, with our device, because when you talk about Wi-Fi, everybody is like, oh, Wi-Fi. You could talk to a small business. Yeah, we have Wi-Fi. Great. How many people are logged in and using it? I don't know. This case, after 7 months in this mall, we have 24,000 registered mobile devices, consumers, that they now can engage with. One device, one Wi-Fi device that sits in a coffee shop. For example, we did this little campaign when it comes to the 2-to-1. The redemption rate of that coupon was 13.75%. Engagement around 60 and turnover 40. And 24,560 registered users on the Wi-Fi. Case study number 2 is IKEA. We put one device, because they have internet in the stores, we put one device in the cafeteria. So they tried a couple of different kind of messages of different advertisement, and most of them delivers in redemption of the coupon anywhere from 7 to 20%, and engagement 50-60%, and so on. So it's a powerful why, because the message you send, the broadcast of the coupon, of the advertisement, is at a specific time that we all talked about proximity marketing, and it gives exact results. But it also gives a lot of data and information, behavioral information about consumers. And this is a key, I think, for many of these users for the future of being able to see why we created this network, is because by being a network and having users, that can then automatically be connected on a spot whenever you travel means that local businesses in that area can now engage immediately. Even if I come from Beijing and I land in Kuala Lumpur, for example, we have a Wi-Fi. I'm automatically going to be connected on that Wi-Fi and then can immediately get the local businesses around, can reach me. So we see this as a powerful tool. That's all of that part. But what we can do on the device that I think we are different, especially in China, is that we can do video advertisement, we can do banners, we can do exchange. And also what we see as an important thing is the Chinese consumer that then travels abroad or reaching the Chinese consumer in China for international applications, marketing and so on, now can be able to access a new network in China. That's why we're building the network, because the key is the network. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Right, do we have any questions? Or oh, we have one question back here.
You have to have a relationship with the existing telcos. Can you hear me? Right?
No.
Go ahead, use the microphone, please.
Yeah, do you have to have an existing relationship with the telcos in China, or is it telco agnostic? Doesn't matter what telcos?
No,
we to do a Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we don't need. But we would like to have a local partner in each country because it makes a very good marriage. Why? You sit with the internet. We sit with a device that can engage and give a new way of getting revenue. Because today, in every location mostly, an Wi-Fi hotspot is like a marketing or call center department in a company. It's a loss center. We can now turn that loss center into a profit center.